Hey guys, I'm so sorry this video is so late. I had a very long weekend, which you can see about in my other YouTube channel, which I just uploaded today. So check that out, it'll be down below. Now, before I get into this video, comment down below if you want more videos like this. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not done so already, and follow all my social media platforms, including my other YouTube channel. And let's get right into this video. So, a lot of you have commented or DM'd me about how do you know what type of running shoes are good, because it's different when you run. You run more on your feet. There's also different types of shoes. There's spikes, which is mainly for track, but then you've also got cross-country spikes. There's also trowels, which is mainly for cross-country or park runs. Basically stuff where it's not too muddy, you're not going to slip. And then you have normal shoes, which can be used for road runs, track meets. Sometimes I wouldn't recommend it, and also training, not on grass, only on track. So today I'm going to focus on the track shoes, because those are the ones you will use the most. Because trials, like I said, you only ever use them for cross-country races. Rarely, because it's rarely ever not muddy. You only use them when normally, pardon me, you're new, and you use them for park runs. So literally once a week. Cross-country, spikes once a month. Track spikes yet again once a month, every 2 weeks maybe. These shoes are the ones you use the most. You use them, so I run them. I don't only use them on track, I run them in the gym as well, or if I'm doing a road run. So I generally run on my shoes, like my training shoes, on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. So I run on them 5 days a week. So these are different. So if you actually do want to know about the other types of shoes, comment down below or DM me again and I'll talk about them. But today we are talking about the training shoe. Now this is very different from the other ones. It's also very different from trainers you would use just to run to the bus, or ones you wear around, like Nike trainers. They're very different. You can wear Nike trainers, you just have to make sure they're breaded to your foot. So there are Brooks, there are Adidas's, there are all different types of shoes, and just because someone else runs really fast in a certain type of shoe doesn't mean you're necessarily going to run really well in that type of shoe. So the best thing to actually do is never buy them online. If you're new to athletics, if you are, doesn't matter what age you are, if you've just joined a club or you're just racing and you are new to running, never buy it online, because you don't know what your shoe type is like. You can be like, yeah, I'm a 6, it fits. It's very different when you run. You don't tend to actually get your exact shoe size. You sometimes tend to go up a size, because then it'll last longer, because you're running so much on them and they're really expensive. You don't want to buy them one time, so sometimes you go up a size to have more comfort, because then your feet can spread more like that. It's also making sure you've got support. If you're heavy on your feet like that, you have extra support at the back. You have to be able to know these things before you buy them online. If you know that, because I have in the past bought stuff online, you can take the risk, but you have to be very cautious. I've got injuries through buying shoes online. I did my tendon in about 2 years ago because I bought Brooks online. They were the same model as my old shoes, thought they were fine. No, they were not fine, because I did not try them on in it, and they did not have the same protective back on the heel that I need because of my double joints with my foot toning. And I did my tendon and I was out for about 3 months. If I had gone in the shop, I would have felt that it had no protection, but because I bought online, I thought, oh, it's fine, they know what they're doing. No, I would generally suggest always go to store. that is tip 1, honestly. I'm not numbering these, but I'm just I'm just saying. But yeah, generally don't buy it online. The best thing to do is sometimes have a certain brand you're going to try out, so Nike, Adidas, Brooks, and that generally actually does help, because then you're not looking for like just shoe, you're looking for a specific one. And sometimes it's best to do research based off what are they best for. Are they best for comfort? Are they best for support? Like, what are they best for? Like, that really helps as well. I would say the best shop I've ever been to, the one I've been going to since I was 12, since I got my first pair, and they are generally the best, even for spikes and everything, they're really good, is Run and Become. I will put that down below as well. I don't know their website, but they're very good, because you will try on a shoe, they'll ask your price range when you come in. You can order online, but like I said, don't do that. They also have other stuff like proteins and like shoelaces and stuff. But they basically ask, what are you looking for in a shoe? So I always say like support rather than comfort. Like, I don't mind if my shoes are too tight. I care more about the comfort because of my double joints. I'm very much like, I know I'm harder on my left foot because it's the one I use more because I'm left-handed, and I always say I need support a lot on that one to match what it's going to be on my right foot. And it was like, okay, I look for that, and then you tell them their price range, and then they give you a range of different like designs, different brands. If you have a certain brand in mind, they ask you about that as well. You then, once you've tried it on, they'll make you jump up and down, and then they'll push down to make sure you have enough room in your feet, and then they'll say, okay, these will last 2 years, these will last 1 year, these will last 3 years, and then they'll say, are you okay with that? That is the extension. That is they said that will be the most they will last for. They said sometimes they could last a bit longer, but that is when we recommend you get rid of them, so like they can tell how long it's going to last for, which I think is really cool as well. And then they'll actually get you to run outside. So if you're trying on spikes, they actually have like a little track thing, which is so cool, and you actually get to run a bit inside. I haven't done spikes in a while though, because mine actually lasted quite well, so but they normally, it is quite embarrassing, especially when you're not wearing running clothes, or like it's cold or something. They'll make you like run down the road, and it's really embarrassing because you see other people doing it and you're like, ah. I remember the first time I did it, I was like, oh my god, that's so weird, why are people running outside? And Mum goes, that's how they do it at this store, and I was like, oh god. But now I'm just used to it, and I don't think of it when I do it. But yeah, they get you to run, and then they ask how that felt, and then they check how much it's moved since they pressed down on it for comfort, and then they give you a review of what they think, because sometimes you are tempted by what looks cool in the colour, and they're like, no, you should not get this shoe, it was too tight on your foot and stuff like that. So they're very good. I generally would recommend them. Also, it's really good if you are actually with a club. So I'm in Pavement Athletics. If you show your membership, you can get like 20 or 50% off. Also, your family can, because I always get so annoyed. My sister uses like my discount all the time, and I'm just like, that is so annoying. She never lets me use any of her stuff, so I'm like, now this is the last tip. So there are only like a couple of stuff for these. There is more actually for ones you compete in, because these shoes you don't compete in, I would generally recommend do not compete in these shoes. These are your training shoes. You have to make sure nothing happens to them, and when you compete you are harder on your feet because you're trying to run faster to keep up with people, trainers, running and stuff. Do not race in these shoes unless you are new and you have not got time to get spikes. Do not race in these shoes, please. Do not even do park running these. Like, these are not established for park runs unless you do something like barking that is flat. Like, these are not, no, they're not meant for this. Like, no. Last tip, never wear someone else's trainers, like their athletic wear that they use to training, because that is made for their feet, not yours. Like my sister, right, did a marathon. She's not to say that shoes, I don't know how they've lasted this long. I sort of like, girl, you should probably get a new pair of shoes. I've literally trained like 5 pairs since she's done a marathon, and I'm like, they're really cool and I love the colour, and I always want to try them on, but I know I can't because my sister has more room in her feet. So I'm a size 6, she's a size 8. I know they will be too big on me. I also know she doesn't have protection padding at the back of the heel like I do. They were made, and she bought them based on the comfort they were for her feet, her comfort, her shoes, her feet. Every pair of shoes that someone buys, enough, like, it doesn't matter if they stop using it or they hand it down to you. If you're using them for running, for training, if this is just like a fun run and something, it's going to be one off of you wearing them, that's fine. If it's emergency, like you haven't got a pair, that is fine. But if this is something you're going to be using repeatedly, please do not wear them, because like I said, these were bought because of someone else's comfort. They were not based off your feet, they were based off theirs. Although they may be the same size, they may feel nice, they may ultimately end in injury. So please do not do that. That is the #1 thing. No. Of running. No, 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 no. Never do that. But yeah, those are the tips for training shoes. If you want to know about trails, bikes, cross country or track, either of those, then comment down below and I will do them as well. But yeah, hopefully these tips for training shoes really helped, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.